How are you, Marko?
Good. I'm good. I'm good. Actually, it's afternoon now,
Did,
Yes, it's 4 p.m. here, around 4 p.m.
did you work today or no?
No, 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 no. We are, because of the virus, we are still at home. I mean, we are not practicing. So,
So, oh, really? I thought you guys got back to slowly.
no, no, no,
Huh.
no. Still individually, we still cannot have group trainings. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Because it's the situation is not
yeah,
getting better.
not getting better.
Okay.
And all players will have 3 or 4 months break, which is in the sport it's not good, it's not perfect, but this is how it is. So I'm almost every day with the guys on the phone, so they are practicing, but this is individual,
Yeah.
but that we all know that handball is team sport, and it's totally different when you have training individual when you're training with the team,
Yeah.
with your teammates.
Well, you're gonna because I spoke a couple of weeks ago to Ljubomir Vranjaš, and obviously his team and and the teams in Sweden, they keep practicing. I mean, they don't play full court contact, but they're all on the court, so they're doing a lot of
it's
training.
it's it's different everywhere, depends of the countries.
Yeah.
For example, in Serbia the situation is normal, in all sport teams,
Yeah.
in football, in basketball, in handball, but here we still cannot train together.
Yeah.
But it is how it is. I hope that we will start, in 1 month maybe. So I hope
Yeah.
we'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, for Marco, first of all, I want to say thank you for taking your time and joining me.
No problem. It was my pleasure.
I really, really appreciate it. And I'm just going to quickly let you know what this show is all about. Straight Handball Talk. It's supposed to share conversations about the extraordinary bonding power of handball and how
Mhm.
people in this handball community around the world usually connect. And most of the time, they stay forever friends because of this Olympic sport of handball. So you and I, obviously, Marco, spend many summers only 30 minutes apart from each other because you're from
Yeah.
Skopje and I am. My dad was from Tetovo, but we never knew each other until we met for the first time in Dammam in Saudi Arabia, which was super nice because for us being the first time in the Super Globe from New York City, sitting next to you and the Vardar players almost sharing the same table was really
Yes.
extremely special moment. I mean, you guys are their professionals. You guys are Vardar, and us for the first time being next to you was super, super crazy, amazing. And I'm happy that we got to meet each other there and share the coffee. And we of course, we cannot stop talking about handball anymore.
Yes. Thank you for the good words. Really, thank you for the good words. It was also our pleasure, to be there on Super Globe with all other teams. I don't remember at this moment which was the third team who was in the same hotel with us. I think the Egypt team.
Al Mudar was one of
Yes,
the Saudi teams.
yes. But as you know, for Vardar as a club, it was our second time how
Mm.
we participate on this global Super Globe championship. But the first time was in Doha in Qatar. This second one was this one in Dammam, which was also a very good experience for us. You meet new people, new clubs. The competition is also excellent. The biggest team or the greatest team in the world at that time, from all over the world. Uh, it was you there from US, and it was teams from Egypt, right?
Yeah,
From
from Qatar
from
actually, from
from
Qatar.
Qatar, yes, Australian
Yes,
university,
yes.
yes, Australia University. So it's always good to be part of this kind of competitions.
Yeah, it's for
So
us. For
I
us,
hope I hope also this year maybe I don't know what's the plans of the
yeah,
of the IHF if they will organize this competition, but But as you know, because of the virus, actually Vardar are still active European champion, you know. So maybe the invitation is still waiting for us, but we didn't receive nothing officially. But I hope if they are organizing again this event, I hope we will be again part of this.
Of course, you will have to be
I,
part of it because you are the defending EHF league
yeah.
champion. So it cannot happen without you guys. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Anyway, so you are the operational manager of
Yeah.
Vardar, the current regional SEHA League champions, and of course EHF Champions League title holders. For
Yeah.
people who don't know this, and I know there's not a lot of people that don't know this, but you are the most successful handball team in Macedonia, and you have won, I think, 13 national titles and
Yeah.
cups. So
True.
tell
30.
me a little bit about your job responsibilities that you have and what are the critical parts you have to worry about running a team like Vardar.
Oof, I don't know from where to start, but you know, to be part of this of handball club Vardar is big honor, not for me, for everyone who wants to work this kind of job and who live in Skopje and Macedonia, because as you say, the Vardar is most successful team on this area. I can say maybe not even in Macedonia, I think maybe on the Balkan, because in last 3 years we win even 2 times. We became 2 times European champions. So which means every job have own how to say responsibilities, which are not easy, you know, to manage with them on the daily basis. So I don't know. I organize almost everything for the team, you know, regarding the travelings for the team, which means reserving of the flight tickets, hotels, making of the all travel plan, you know, regarding the training sessions, even regarding the equipment, organizing tournaments, friendly matches, communication with the European Handball Federation, communication with people in SEHA League, communication with all officials from the opponent teams, which means also hosting the referees and delegates and marketing supervisor in Skopje. So also I have a lot of contacts with the sponsor of the clubs. So basically everything what is in organization in one big club, I'm part of it, you know, and I'm involved in all these operations.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of, I mean, it's a lot of stress
Yeah.
work, I can say, because I'm all the time with the players, you know, on these social networks or WhatsApp or Viber, and they always have something, you know, which, you know, you must stay in contact 24/7.
Yeah.
And this is bigger responsibility, you know, and there is no place for mistakes, you know. It must be everything perfect if you want to be on the top always, you know.
Yeah. Well, and I think usually people remember only when you win, right? So the last 3 years, Vardar obviously
Yeah.
won twice in 3 years, and one of the years, obviously, you lost 2 games in the Final Four by 1 goal only. So,
Yes.
but the last 3 years, you were basically the most dominant handball club in Europe or in the world. However, this whole thing started around 2013, and that's where
Yeah.
I believe you joined, and I believe
Yes.
Sergei Samsonenko became a new
Yes.
owner. Mikhailo Mihailovsky became an honorary club champ.
100%.
Yeah, and and but the first 3 years, people don't remember that you lost in quarterfinals of Champions League every year for 3 years, and I think you've
Yes.
been a part of it, and you learned from
Yes.
the
Yes.
process. So tell me
Yes.
about that.
I was in the. I started to work in the team, as you say, from 2013 when Sergei became a president and sponsor of the club. So basically, I'm from the first day there, and I know everything uh, what we threw from 2013 until today. And yes, it was true. We lose 3 times in quarterfinals. The first one was against Flensburg.
Yeah.
The second one was against Veszprém, and the third
Second
one
one,
was
Kielce,
from
I think.
Kielce, then Veszprém. Sorry.
Mm.
So, but yeah, it was. Let's say the first one from Flensburg was very painful for us. I can say, because we was very close to make a first step to this, I can say, miracle or whatever, because Flensburg was the team in that time who was much better than us, and we lose by two goals in Flensburg, and we supposed to win with 3 in Skopje, or to lose by 2, but they should not give more goals
Yeah, yeah.
than us. That you understand. So in it was one part of the match where we was leading by 6 or 7, and it was one part of the match when we was the 7 goal behind. So it was amazing to came back from 7 to make +3 or 4, and then in last 3 minutes of the match it was goal by goal, was playing goal by goal. And I can say they have more lucky,
Yeah.
and they go and after that they win the
Yeah,
Champions League
yeah, they won the Champions
trophy, which was amazing. But probably the people who are in handball, they know how difficult it is to become and to be part of this Final Four in Cologne. I can say that the road to Cologne is much difficult than the tournament there, because if you see in past 7 years, always the winner of Champions League is not the team who is favorite on the paper. Always the winner is someone else. It was the same case with Vardar. We never was the favorite team, on the tournaments 3 times, and 2 times we make a miracle. I cannot say at this moment which title is not better, but it's more close to me, because the both are uh, are very, how to say, they are, it's amazing, the feeling that you are going home and you are
League.
champion of Europe, and more than 100,000 people are waiting
Yeah.
you on the main square, starting from the airport to the center of the city. It's amazing,
Yeah,
it's
but
amazing feeling.
like the season of 2016-17, the first time you won the Champions League, obviously was the most successful of the club,
Yes,
because you
yes,
won the SEHA, you won both domestic titles, and of course the Champions League finals. So it's in 3 years of your time, or 4 years of your time there, uh, doing something like that requires one, dedication; two, the buy-in from all the players, because you had good players, but I don't think you had all the stars that other teams had. You just had the right
yes,
people that cared about being a part of this family. So um,
yeah,
I mean, I want to know that feeling among the players, because I know when you have a group of guys who are dedicated to do anything, because that's what Vardar gives a feeling. Because Vardar,
yeah,
I think, was born for Final Four games. I mean, there are games that you don't
yeah,
like, you don't care, the regular games, but if you're in a real situation,
yeah.
nobody wants to play against you. So
Nobody, believe me, nobody. Yeah, this is the spirit of the team, which you cannot build it in one day or one week. This is something that it requires years, maybe. And as you say, it's true. I think we have a very good team around the players, starting from the physio, starting from the people who are in charge for all organization, because they make life and playing in Skopje more comfortable for the all players, for the new players and for the players who are already in the team, which is very important, for them to have feeling that they are like home, that nothing missing for them. They just need to think of handball, and they just need to win for everything, for all other things. There is a people around them who care about them, and this is one of the keys, that if you want to have successful team, and always to be on the, on the top of the Europe. I cannot say that we are one and only. There is a lot of quality teams and a lot of very good organized teams, but there is something special here about handball in Skopje, and in Macedonia generally, because I think that we are one and only country and city where the handball is number one sport. Before all other sports, became football or soccer. How you say it in USA? Before basketball, before all other team sports, well, which is unusual.
It really is. Especially for our Balkan countries where soccer is number one, basketball is number two, even water polo, volleyball are
yes.
But the thing is, like, I remember the second time you won the title in 2018-19 season. I went back home, obviously to Pristina, and I go there and I tell my friends, like, oh, because they don't really follow much of handball. So I said, oh, did you guys see what Vardar did? And two of my friends were like, well, you know what? I was in Skopje and I thought there were protests. I said, like, the city was full of people. There were 250,000 people on the streets. Like, I said, I've never seen anything like that.
It was quite good.
So I think that there are very few cities in the world that will reward a team, a national pride that they have about club like Vardar and come out in such masses. But people don't remember one thing. This is a time that you guys were also struggling financially.
Yeah, this was the maybe one of the keys that we success, because the financial situation in the club was not perfect. It was not good at all, but this was how to say, something that keeps the team together, and we became more stronger in this, because I remember now that before the season, actually, Macedonia national television, they said we will not have matches from Vardar on TV because we don't believe in the team, and we think that because of the financial problems, maybe they will not stay together, and it will be not okay to see this on the TV, which for us was extra motivation. They underestimate us and they said, okay, we are not good. Okay, no problem. We will see. And then we started with victory against Montpellier, who was European championship winners the year in the same year. So basically after 2-3 months in Cologne, because the match was in July, and we play in the middle of September, the first match, and we play against Montpellier, and we win there, So I don't know, it's as you said, there is no place in the Europe or in the world that 250,000 people will come out and say hello or whatever to the champions. For new players in 2019, it was a shock. They cannot believe. They are all from countries where handball is also popular, but they never seen something like that in their career. Never.
But I mean, to me that's a part where I was a little bit shocked, because I mean, I know that you have a sponsor, you have a president, and yes, they're financially well off, but there's a point where, when one person or just two people or a few sponsors, they spend their own money to keep this alive, and it feels great, but a city like Skopje, a country like Macedonia, obviously they need to make sure that this never dies. I mean, because when you have a pride and a sports entity that can just give you that world recognition, you give it all you've got. You don't tie back.
But unfortunately, that in handball, generally here in Eastern Europe or in Balkan, that the people who are investing in handball are not too many, or the sponsors are only, as you say, 1 or 2 persons or companies, which is always, I can say, dangerous for the club. because handball is not like football, that you can make a lot of money from transfer of the players, from selling the jerseys, tickets, or whatever. You know, we are still not on that level, and unfortunately the teams must to be sponsored only by one or two people or companies, which are, how to say, they do this more enthusiastic, you know. They don't have some financial benefits from the sport. They make this, you know, only for them, just because they love the sport, this sport, you know. And it's really, how to say, it's really difficult, and but there is no other way for now, you know. We are not like Germany or Scandinavia, where you have I can say 50 or 60 sponsors. And if one of them wants to leave, you know, another one will enter in the club, and then it's much easier, you know. But I read today for German clubs and for clubs from Spain or from France, that for them also will be difficult this year, if they don't play with people in the sport halls. This is very big problem, you know, for everyone, not only for.
It's going to be a challenge this year for every club, especially those who rely on ticket sales, like in Germany. I mean, imagine Kiel.
Yes, because our sport, you know, it's sport with a lot of contacts. We play always in the closed sport arenas, and it's not like football, you know. And it will be difficult, but I hope that on the end everything will be good, because, you know, all teams will have these financial problems if we play without spectators.
It's not fun.
For sure. Doesn't matter if it's Vardar or Eastern Europe, West Europe, or Scandinavia. Everywhere will be the same.
Well, this is how we play here in USA. No fans. Handball.
Yes, but believe me, you need time. You need time. You just need time. You know, you need people to start to watch handball and to understand handball, and then will be easy.
Well, we're talking
step by step.
Talking about arenas, obviously, Janez Sandanski Arena is very famous, especially for the Champions League games. And I have never been there.
You must come this year, maybe.
You tell me, explain me the atmosphere in the place. Are the baklias allowed? Are people bring that, or it's stopped?
On the beginning was, yes, like on the football matches in the old times, you know, we with all firecrackers inside, you know, all these things, but because it's a closed sport arena, you cannot do this, and the punishments are very big. On the beginning, we have this problem with the fans, because basically the football fans and handball fans are the same, you know. And but with time, you know, we try and we manage this somehow, just to don't have these firecrackers in the hall. And the hall, you know, it's always full between 5,000 and 6,000 people, and it's, I can say, like every regular game in football in Premier League, you know. The people are going in bars before the matches, you know, they are drinking a couple of beers, then they are singing songs, you know, and they are coming to the match. Unfortunately, only 5,000 people can see the match in live, you know. But most of the people are in the bars or in the restaurants. Basically, the city live for these matches and for these days, you know. It's always Saturday or Sunday, so they are free, and they are supporting the Vardar. I think it's really great, you know. It's really great to be part of
I can't wait. I can't wait to come and watch a game there. I really can't. And now that I spoke to Tom O'Branigan, and he reminded me and told me that the next year Champions League is a different system, and a lot of games are going to be middle of the week.
The competition is changing totally.
Is it better for you?
We don't know. We must to see it, because they changed the format of the playing, which means they changed the playing days, and it will be during the week.
Yeah.
Wednesday or Thursday, depends which club. Every club have different play time. So I don't know, because in that time, that there is football Champions League and basketball Euroliga. So I don't know what people will choose to see, but I'm sure that in the arena we will always have 5,000 or 6,000 people. I don't know on the TV
Okay.
how it gonna be, but in the arena will be full for sure, because now also the system is changing, and we have only A and B group, which means only 16 quality teams, and each game will be derby. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it will be always full of spectators in every match.
Good. That's important. So,
Yeah,
Marko, do you follow handball in United States of America?
to be honest with you, before I didn't met you in Saudi Arabia, I don't know nothing about handball in US. But when I saw you as a team, and that you are really playing really good, and that you are making all these things, I start to follow, your team, and also US handball team. So I'm seeing that you are trying, and you are doing very interesting things. That I know that you have league, normal league, like everyone. I don't know which place you are now. I hope you are on the top. But
Well, for the last 11 years, always on the top, like Vardar.
yeah. Oh, okay, super great. But I don't know too much about the system of the playing, and about which are the other participants, which are the other teams. I told you I follow something, but not everything.
Yeah.
But I know that you are growing up. The sport in US going really up. I know this because I follow on social networks. So
well, our big good thing and a bad thing is the same thing, which is we are too big as a country, in a sense
yes,
of being able to make things easy to travel, because we have a league in the northeast side of the country, which is very few states, and even that is long distances. So for teams to come for a weekend, they have to at least drive 5-6 hours drive, and it's still they moved only one state or two. So in that sense, there's one official league there, and then we work with a system of tournaments where once every month a club or a city hosts a tournament. So we all go there and play for the weekend, and you earn points to qualify for the national. So it's very it's done in a way that is practical, and because again also it costs a lot of money, the travel, it's all self-funded
yeah,
for most people. So it has the element of what it used to be many years ago for us in Europe when we started. So
yes,
it has it's interesting, but again, obviously everyone is looking forward when America picks up the sport and makes it a business model that can be on TV,
yeah.
that we can
Business model.
personalities, then we can create events with the big clubs from Europe. I think with time, it certainly is a sport that people love. I mean, every American that watches any handball game, they're going to be like, what the hell? How come I didn't know about this sport? Because it's
Yeah.
fast, it's physical, a lot of goals, big guys, fun guys. And of course,
Yes.
it's the fact that it's so fast, it's exciting for people.
Yes. Maybe they will have problem with the rules on the beginning, but
Exactly.
I think this is not a big problem. This is not a big problem that can make you to don't watch this sport. For me, it's also very very interesting and very intensive, as you say. So I'm pretty sure that in America, if you succeed to get somehow on TV, it will be much easier for the sport,
Yeah.
for promotion there, and for because you have a lot of people, a lot of kids there.
Yeah.
We speak about this that basketball is maybe it's not maybe, it's very popular at this moment, but there is a lot of people who cannot success in this is in basketball, and they look physically very good, you know, they're high, they're strong, they have a lot of power, so they can play handball, but
Yeah.
they must to play and to start to play when they are kids, you know.
Yeah.
We both know that you cannot start to play handball with 25 or 26 years, and that you can expect that you can be on the top of it, because it was this some kind of communication of the social network between one rugby player or
Jay Cutler, the football player.
yeah, they, you know, I don't know, they never tried these sports, you know, and they think, you know,
Yeah,
that it's easy, but
they were offered opportunities. Even, I mean, we invited them to New York City Handball Club.
yes,
Look, why don't you come and train with us? We'll help you at least learn what it means,
yeah,
and then let's see what you have to say. But you know, the funny thing about those guys is that podcast, they love controversy. They know this
well,
gets
okay,
excitement and it's good. It's debatable. You can talk about it, but
yes,
they never understand how difficult it is.
yeah, but okay, I think that they play in Hungary, that they was there
Well,
somewhere in Europe. I
I
think,
watched them.
I don't know if it was this guy or some other guys,
Different
but I
club,
think it was,
different football team.
yes, but it was the guys who played football, American football, and they try and they lose by many goals, you know. So they realize that actually it's not it's not easy at all. No,
Yeah,
it's not easy at all. And if you want to be part of it, you must to start like all other team sports, you know,
yeah,
since you are 8 or 9, you know, and then you are growing up
yeah.
and developing.
Well,
So
you know that United States has a guaranteed spot for 2025 and 2027 IHF World Championships, leading to the Olympics 28.
well, it's good. Sounds good. I didn't know it.
Yeah, so
Sounds good.
it's basically IHF understands, and IHF has these plans whenever there's a host city of Olympics, they try to support the host team to gain that experience. So the USA has a really good opportunity to gain that experience. But what
Yes.
do you think? I mean, for USA, I mean, I know you don't know many of the players, but let's say they're not the greatest yet. They're good, they're solid, but to beat Macedonia in World Championship, do you think they have a chance like 5 years from now?
Yeah. It's a difficult question, but you never know, you know, this is sport, and 5 or 6 years, it's a lot of time, you know.
Hmm.
I cannot say that you need to make a story like Qatar did it in 2015, because you know
Yeah, nobody
they,
can do like Qatar.
yes, but you know, this is one of the models that maybe can bring you success, but this is only instant
Yeah,
success, you know, only for this tournament, and that's it. But I really don't know what can happen in 5 or 6 years, because if we are speaking now and we are talking now about situation in Macedonia handball, we have also now changing of generations, you know. A lot of these old players, I mean, they are not old, you know, but there is some young players who will be in the national team. So I don't know. You need to practice. We need to go to go there, and then we will see. You know, because even we don't know that we will qualify for this tournament. You know, there is a lot of time from now to 2020, 25, 26.
yeah,
But it's not impossible. You know,
yeah.
what I learned in past 7 years in working in the club, that everything is possible. You just need to believe in that, and you will make it
That
one for sure, one day for
that's
sure.
very good. That's very that I believe completely the same approach. Anything is possible, of course, if you have the right pieces. Uh,
Yes, and you must believe in the project. You know,
yeah.
you don't need to beat Macedonia. Maybe you will beat Norway or France or Spain. Why not? You know, you never know. You never know. You
Yeah,
never know.
very true. Um, so I remember, like, going back to the Super Globe. our first game was against Al Mudar, and in my head, I already imagined that because they were sort of like the weakest team that we could possibly play for us, like in our head.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, okay, these guys, we looked at some tape. You know what? Actually, we have a chance against these guys. And of course, in my dream, I constantly started dreaming about playing against Vardar. And I was doing, of course, these, sports visions, like that I was scoring the last goal in front of Chupic and beating Vardar. And Chupic being upset and
Yeah.
angry, just like, but of course, that was good to dream. And we couldn't, Al Mudar beat us because they were not the greatest team, but they just didn't make any mistakes, and we made too many mistakes.
Yeah.
And they played a phenomenal game against you guys, which I was shocked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But as I told you, to be part of this kind of tournaments, it doesn't matter if it's Super Globe or let's speak especially now about Final Four in Cologne, which is the biggest sports how to say event, biggest sport event in handball. I told you the road to came there to be part of this is very difficult. But when you are there, everything is possible, and everyone can beat everyone. Even the teams who are, I told you, not favorite team on the paper can beat Barcelona or Paris like we did.
Yeah.
And as you say, when we played this match, you have this feeling, oh my God, they are so strong, they can. But suddenly you have feeling that they are, you can beat them. That they are not from the other planet, like we was thinking before the match.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it was the same. I remember on the semifinal when 2017 when we beat Barcelona with the goal in the last second, and then next day in final we should play against Paris.
Yeah.
And I remember we was on the club dinner, and we was like, normally we was very happy, but we was also happy and relaxed,
Yeah.
like, okay, we win Barcelona in semifinal, so that's it. This is what the top what we can do in the tournament. But suddenly I remember Raul Gonzalez, the coach, came on he stand up and he looks very nervous and say, hey guys, it's not funny, you cannot be relaxed. Tomorrow we play against Paris. We must to show up to the people that we are not here for a fun.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
we must believe that we can win them. And then situation getting a little bit calm and serious, and everybody we go to our rooms,
Yeah.
and we both starting to prepare for the final, and the rest is history.
Yeah, of course, of course. That was a phenomenal game. I mean, and especially considering what kind of team PSG had that
Yes,
year.
amazing.
I mean, like
Amazing.
I couldn't believe it. It's like, holy cow. I mean, you guys had a great team too. I mean, I cannot deny that, but comparing to them was like ridiculous.
Yes. But as I told you, if you see the result of the past 7 years, always win the team which is not the best team, on that time.
Yeah.
The same was happened with Barcelona last time. During the season, they was the best team. I think that they never lose any match.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in the semifinal, even they lead by 7 goals on the halftime. In the second time, we won them by 2. So you never know.
I don't know why people, the other clubs, don't understand. They should not go up by 7 goals against Vardar in the first
Yeah,
half.
never.
That's a terrible
Never.
mistake. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
a terrible
yes. I think that this was one of the greatest comebacks in the sports.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think
Yeah.
it, and it was very very interesting.
Well, I have a experience in my amateur life in the finals, 2009 USA Nationals finals. Uh, we won every single game. We destroyed every team by 14 goals. We got to the finals. We, of course, the night before we partied like real Balkans, and nobody slept. We were out till like 6 a.m. And because we
Yeah.
thought, we're going to go to the finals and we're going to cruise. So the game starts against a team from Houston. And of course, they were pumped up. The first time in their life being in the finals. And the game started, we were down by 9 goals. Um, 20 minutes to go to the end of the game, we were down by 9 goals. And we sat in a huddle. One of our players, Zoki, he's Serbian, he's in Belgrade now. And he gave us a speech. He said, listen, guys, because our legs were dead. He said, like, if we're going to lose, well, let's lose as a team because this is not looking that we're doing it with pride. Let's get back into it. And of course, it was crazy. We came back. We won in the overtime. It just, and you never forget these moments. But you guys are in a different level.
Yes, but I have also one funny story from the locker room because you now remind me on one story what was happening in our locker room on the halftime against Barcelona, because I think 1 month, no, yeah, maybe 1 month or 3 weeks before the final, we play in Macedonia National League against Eurofarm Pelister,
Yeah.
which team is now getting more better and better. They are also start to invest in handball, but the point is that we played that match, and as you say before, as you mentioned before, we have these financial problems, and we was together, but there is some matches that sometimes it's not your day, and you don't want. It sounds stupid, but you don't want to play. You are lazy on the field. And it was that day that we lose by 9 goals on the halftime. And if we lose this match, maybe we will lose the title in Macedonia National Championship. Which was a shock for everyone. But somehow, I don't know, somehow on the end we win by 2 goals and everything was okay, even if we play very bad. But we make 9 goals difference, and plus we won by 2. And now I remember when we play against Barcelona on the halftime, and when we lose by 7, I was thinking that now it will be fight in the locker room. They will start to screaming each other, why you don't do this, why you don't make this, blah blah blah. But Parondo came in the locker room, and he was very calm, and he said, hey guys, everything is okay. We have our actions. We are doing what we need to are doing. We are just not scoring. It's not so bad like the result. So I know that it's 7 goal difference, but try in first 10 or 15 minutes to get on 5 or 4 maybe, and then you will see you will have some special energy, and we can finish the match normal. And he just go out from the locker room, and we were sitting like this, 7 goals, Barcelona, it's not possible, And then Chupic stand up and said, hey guys, if we could do it against Eurofarm before 3 weeks, we can do it against Barcelona now, So stand up and go out and let's win, Barcelona, and let's play in the final, I don't want this match to be last for me in Champions League. And then you have some special energy, special motivation, and really believe me that nobody can win, because I don't know. This is the moments that you must feel it, and you must. But it's true, I don't want to underestimate any club, even Eurofarm, But this is how it is. It's a funny story, But
now those are great stories. You never forget, and it's always good to have people there who have been part of this situation that teaches the others. But so now, right now, there's a lot of moving pieces with the club. Again, Lovsky came back.
Yes, Mikhailovsky came back.
And you guys have a lot of players moving away, and some are staying, and there's a new group of players coming in. How do you feel things are moving into the right direction?
Yeah, the good thing is that as you say, things are moving good for now. There is a lot of players who go out from the club, but there is also newcomers who will be part of the team now. and we are now, I can say, mixed team. We have some players from before who already won 2 times Champions League or once, but they have a lot of experience, and we have some young players who need to be part of the team, and I hope this experienced guy and young guys must to make again a very good team, and at least to play quarterfinal in Champions League. This is like one of the goals that when we was speaking with Mr. Mikhailovsky, that he said with the newcomers and the people who are in the team, that he is expecting, that club is expecting from us next year to play in final for SEHA Liga, and to try to win, or to play in quarterfinal Champions League. This is like these are top goals for the next season.
Okay, that's good.
But we will see. I believe in my team. I believe in the players. So I know that it will be no easy for any team to win us in Skopje, and I know that we will fight to the end, when we will play like a guest team. So that we will never surrender, or we will never give up so easy. So this is part of our spirit of the team. So,
but it's too bad that you guys cannot go defend your title at the end of December for the Final Four.
yes.
I know they had to do this because everything else would have been completely messed up. But did you guys as a club have any say on that? Did they ask you or no?
They didn't ask you. They just send you like some kind of information letter. We are planning to do this, and they said that the teams who are first and second one in the group phase, that they are the Final Four participants. But there is a lot of teams, including us, who are not happy with this decision. But all this, COVID-19 situation for all sports is very difficult, And if you start now to complain to EHF and to make, I know that it's not correct, but there is no other way, They must do something, It was not fair for teams like us, like Szeged, like Kielce, because many times in the past show ups that in this quarter and 8 finals that there is a lot of surprises, because you play 2 matches, one in away, one as a home team, so you can if it was everything normal, I'm sure that it will be one team who can make surprise, maybe Vardar again, maybe some other teams, but for sure these 4 teams, they will not part of the Final Four. But this is how it is, They make this kind of decision, and we cannot change it now.
No, of course not. But it's also another strange thing that's happening with some of the those 4 clubs, PSG, Veszprém, Kiel, and Barcelona. Is there are players who played in the opposing teams, and now they're going to move and play. I find that very strange. Very, very.
This is the most strange thing but I told you, this is the situation. It's new for everyone, even for the federation, even for the players, for the teams, and they don't know how to manage, and I think there is nothing written in the book, how it must to be. But it's strange.
But the common sense, to me, is like, if something happens in a situation where the clubs start obviously putting the contracts and legal aspect into it, EHF should say, you know what, any player who moved from one team to another should not be playing at all. I think so.
Yeah, me too.
It would be the most fair solution.
Yes, but what about players who like for example, let's say we have case that now Daniel Shishkarev is not. It will be not part of this because he was playing in Vardar, but he moved to Veszprém and he will play now Final Four.
True.
So
that's
you have many cases, many different stories. So you cannot say this is the good model or this is the
Yeah,
bad model. You
yeah,
know,
that's true.
this is this virus, the COVID situation is new for everyone, and I hope it will be the last one. You know, now we must be prepared for every scenario, and we must know, because everything stops. You know, sports, normal life. You know, I don't remember that something similar happened
No,
before.
never.
Sometimes, you know, to stop everything. You know, you see, we are still not we are still not have group trainings. You know, I told you on the beginning, as I told you on the beginning, we still don't have group trainings, which is weird. You know, it's strange. I don't know how to say.
Well, let's just really hope that it's gonna be done pretty soon, because I'm tired too of
Yeah,
this nonsense.
yeah,
And you that you have to get back to work with this stuff and prepare.
yeah.
I'm sure it's tougher. But a couple more questions, because I don't want to take too much of your time. Have you ever thought of bringing a United States player in your roster in Vardar?
Yes, why not? Why not? As you know, we have players from everywhere,
Yeah.
from all over the world, I can say. So if someone is coming from USA or from Brazil or from Egypt or whatever, for us it's no problem, I can say. We just need to we just need quality player. We must recognize the potential of the player, and if he is good, then why not? The nationality is
Yeah,
absolutely, it's not playing a big role in the
yeah,
in
yeah,
the in the,
of course.
in the club. So
Even
we
so that,
believe, yeah, we bring players from Brazil,
no,
from
I know. I'm just saying that because obviously a US player would significantly lack the qualities that you need for competition, but they would have the potential to develop while at the same time build that relationship
yeah,
between
yes,
US
why
and
not?
Vardar. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
Yeah. And now another question, we talked about this, but think about this. New York City Handball Club versus Vardar in New York City. Imagine that game on
Amazing,
ESPN.
amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I,
We're gonna
as
we're
you
gonna beat
remember,
you. We're gonna
yes,
beat you.
okay, no problem, no problem. But you know, when we will speak about this, you know, in Dammam, if you remember on our conversation, it was one of the one part of the conversation was that maybe Vardar can come in New York City to play one tournament with your team, with maybe US handball team
Yeah.
or Canada or.
Yeah.
And when I told this idea to the players, they were so excited. You know, they said, "Come on, let's go there. We want to play there and to see New York City." And so I'm sure that this will be happen. I don't know when, but
Yes.
I'm sure that we will speak about this opportunity very soon, and we will realize it on the end. And why not? Maybe you can be our guest in Skopje. You know, to be part of
Oh,
to see Champions League in live. You know, why not?
no,
Before 6,000 people,
absolutely.
it's totally different. You know, when you feel this atmosphere and when you see how much people love this sport. You know, I think it's good experience for everyone who can be part of this.
I'm
I,
definitely gonna come for sure, and hopefully come with the whole team, and hopefully, I mean, hopefully I'm not gonna be playing anymore, but it
okay,
would
but
be great. So
at least as a spectator, I told you,
yes, yes,
at
yes,
least like a spectator,
yeah.
because it's great experience for sure.
Yeah, I know. I hear it all the time. And I watch the
Yeah,
Champions
but
League.
it's totally different when you see the TV and when it's live. There is a big difference. But okay, okay,
Yeah,
we have time for this, and I hope we will realize this idea for, you know, we will go step by step.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, step by step. Marco, thank you so much, my friend. It's a
Thank you
pleasure,
very
and
much,
it's a
Bini.
privilege to have you here. And obviously, I wish you all the best with the whole new team, with preparations,
Thank you.
and of course, as always, with the goals of making sure that everyone is afraid of Vardar when they face them.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you again for your invitation. It was also my pleasure to be part your handball talks. I hope that it was interesting.
Yes, it was.
And of course, I'm waiting you in Skopje, and maybe I will come in New York because my brother is still there. And
when is your brother coming to Skopje?
He's supposed to come on 20, but now they changed their minds because of situation, and maybe they will change the flight tickets for some other period of the year. But this is how it is. I hope until end of this year they will come to Skopje, or I will visit them in New York. We will see how the things will go.
Okay.
Then,
okay. Perfect. Okay, Marko.
Also, have a nice day also, and see you.
Absolutely. Ciao, Marko.
Okay, bye-bye. Ciao. Ciao.